Halftime Pizza and FightSaga.com proudly present War Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer James Gogue.
Guys, welcome to War Week Radio, and happy Sunday to everybody. Well, if it's Sunday night, and if it's the day after a big, meaningful fight, well, we're always going to seek the counsel of the incomparable Coach James Gogue. James, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, Joe, I'm doing good. My mic efficient?
It's perfect right now, brother, but I'll let you know if it goes in and out. I know you're getting ready for your preparing your men for battle this upcoming weekend, so we want to talk about that a little bit later, but boy, the headlines read this morning. Devin Haney outpoints future Hall of Famer Vasyl Lomachenko in an instant classic. But did he deserve it? We will get the thoughts of Coach James Gogue. We know you have a ton to say about it. First of all, Coach, did the fight play out like you thought it would?
You know what, Joe? Hey, is my mic picking up good?
Perfect. I'll let you know if it doesn't work, sir. Just keep going.
Okay. You know, in a way, it did. Haney, surprised me. He was more physical at the point of attack. Those sweeping right hooks to the body he was landing. I think I mentioned it on my breakdown last week. I'm pretty sure I did. That Haney has to, psychologically deter Lomachenko from putting that heavy pressure. And you got to put some fear in him. You got to put some doubts in his head to keep coming forward. And them body shots, them sweeping right hooks to the body. If you notice in the fight, every time he threw them body shots, especially the sweeping right hand to the body, the sweeping right hook to the body, stopped Lomachenko in his tracks. That was to me, the punch. I thought it was the most effective punch next to his jab and that counter right uppercut and that counter right hand. But that sweeping right hook to the body got his attention. Okay, yep. Put some fear into him. And Lomachenko just didn't walk in straight. I mean, with fast pressure like he usually does. Okay, every time he got hit with those body shots, it kind of like made him think again. So I thought Haney, he was more physical at the point of attack. He stayed off the ropes consistently, and he consistently turned Lomachenko, to not make himself a stationary target where Lomachenko could get off with combinations and get into rhythm and shift the momentum to his side. And he pivoted. He took away Lomachenko's angles all night, like I talked about on last week, Joe. When Lomachenko tried to pivot, when he tries to pivot to his right, you pivot to your right. Okay, and Haney did that beautifully all night.
He did.
That motherfucker must have listened to my game plan. He executed it perfection. And the body shots too. Yeah, because I never seen Haney do that stuff before, man. Slow a guy down with, good body shots, and he never had to fight a guy with Lomachenko that gave angles. So I never, he made those adjustments beautifully yesterday and everything.
So were you surprised that Devin Haney, rather than trying to hold court, forcing Lomachenko to penetrate his defense or his offensive attack, trying to close the distance that way, were you a bit surprised that he went after Lomachenko and decided to be more assertive? I thought, well, it shortened the time that usually Lomachenko, it takes him time to be able to penetrate that perimeter. And he was able to do it with the help of Devin Haney, because Devin Haney, well, he changed his strategy and went right after Lomachenko. Was that a good idea or a bad idea in your mind?
Well, to me, he wanted to. To me, it was a good idea in his mind. He wanted to let Lomachenko, I ain't gonna run from you all night. Okay. I'm gonna be the the predator. Okay. You're gonna be my victim. Okay. I'm going out to establish my dominance over you, okay? And that's why right off the bat, he went right after Lomachenko to let him know who was boss. It was, to make like I said, a lot of statements you make in that ring is psychological, Joe. Okay, and that, you know what I mean. when you make the right psychological statements in that ring, you know what I mean. It shifts everything into your favor. But anyway, yeah, I was kind of surprised, but he had a great game plan to execute what he needed to do to win the fight and to slow Lomachenko down and everything. Okay, but yeah, it was although he was prepared. Yeah, he was prepared.
And there it is. And you know what, Coach? And once again, yeah, he followed all of your keys to victory. They obviously did their homework. They obviously watched a lot of tape. They obviously understood that Lomachenko does not, because of that deep amateur background and the old scoring method in the amateurs, body shots really don't amount to anything in the amateurs. So he really didn't take any time, really focus on defending that area. So Devin Haney was ultra effective. And that was a huge factor in that fight. And you're absolutely right. But Lomachenko, uncharacteristically, he was forced to, quote unquote, download the data within the first minute of the first round. And I tell you what, the fans were the big winners last night. We saw an instant classic, guys. And rather than, though, celebrating two great fighters and a great instant classic type affair at lightweight, boy, you hear everyone crying robbery. Coach, is that just par for the course when it comes to the fans of boxing, sir?
Yeah, Joe, man. Especially with social media nowadays, man. Everybody can communicate with with a touch of the button. Anybody could communicate with everybody instantly. Everybody that's watching the fight, all you got to do is get on Twitter and express your opinion. Then if you get enough people expressing the same opinion, it catches
snowballs.
Fire and everything.
Yep, yeah. Snowballs. And you know what? And that's what we're getting, guys. Because, okay, here's the biggest gripe from fans. Oh, the best never fight the best. That's one. And two, these big time fights, they never play out the way we hope it. It never lives to the expectation. Never lives up to it. Well, we got both last night, and people are still belly aching. This is one of the primary reasons why promoters do not listen to diehard fans any longer. It was a great fight. And, there has to be a winner. There has to be a loser. It could have been a draw if Lomachenko, now, once again, we'll go to the scorecards in a bit. The 10th and 11th round, the 10th and the 11th, Lomachenko had all the momentum going into the final round of the fight, hurt Devin Haney, and you could have argued that round deserved a 10-8 in the 10th. It was that dominant from Lomachenko. So going into the 12th round, this is what determined the outcome of fight. Rather than being a majority draw, if Lomachenko wins the 12th, he lost on all three judges' scorecards.
Yeah.
And this is why. He said this, and I want to get your comments on it. And the last question he answered from a member of the media who was ringside, that gentleman said, is there anything you think you should have done or could have done differently to help your chances of beating Devin Haney? He said this. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I'm fighting every round. Then I come back to the corner. Okay, it's my round. And I understand. And then I go into the 12th round and I understand. Okay, maybe I need a little bit of defense and I can give him this round. I don't need to win this round because I was winning 11 rounds. Not all 11 rounds, but I understand in 11 rounds, it looks like my score. But I don't know. Maybe I don't understand boxing. End quote. Coach, if he goes out with the momentum and finishes like the 10th and 11th, that fight is a majority draw. On the judges' score. Go ahead, sir.
He didn't finish strong.
Nope.
Okay, to me, he didn't finish strong. Strong enough to win that round. See, going into that last round, I said, in order for Lomachenko to get a draw, he needs to win that 12th. I mean, I was thinking like Vegas judges, okay? Now, my other perception is thinking like a normal coach. I thought it was, you know what I mean? I thought he was maybe ahead or the fight was a draw, and whoever won that round won the fight. But
That's it.
I was thinking like Vegas judges, okay, hey, man, they're not giving him this round, man, okay? He needs the 12th to win. I mean, he needs the 12th to get a draw out of it and everything. And he didn't he didn't close the show. He didn't put the foot on the pedal, or pedal to the metal, as I call it, to finish strong.
So, guys, you can cry robbery all you want, but guess what? Lomachenko even admitted he didn't put his foot on the gas, and he pulled an Oscar De La Hoya in the 12th round. You can't fault that from the judges. But with that said, and this is why, guys, we have a 3-judge system, okay? Because when you look at David Moretti's scorecard, oh boy. And he was the lone judge who scored it 8 rounds to 4, right? When you examine his scorecard, and once again, it's a moot point because the 2 more competent judges, Tim Cheatham and David Sutherland, scored the fight both 7 rounds to 5, with the 12th round being the determining factor. All 3 judges at ringside scored the 12th round for Devin Haney because Lomachenko admitted that he took the round off, decided to be more defensive-minded. But when you look at David Moretti's scorecard, he scored 5 of the last 6 rounds for Devin Haney?
Oh,
Coach?
geez.
In what fight was he watching? Now, once again, that's why you have 3 judges. In case someone has an off night, the 2 will prevail. It'll trump the lone bad scorecard. So, Coach, I think that's the last time, for a while anyway, Dave Moretti works a big-time event like this. Because that's incompetence. That's complete incompetence, Coach.
Yeah.
So
especially that 10th round, man.
Oh gosh, that 10th round was a landslide. Now once again, I understand, Coach. I understand why a lot of fans, and this is almost reminiscent of Juan Manuel Marquez versus Manny Pacquiao 3, where there was a lot of controversy and a lot of people felt that Juan Manuel Marquez once again was robbed. That's not how you score fights. Because once again, Juan Manuel Marquez, in all the rounds that he won, they were very decisive, overwhelmingly in favor of Marquez. But the close competitive rounds that you could potentially go either way were all scored in favor of Manny Pacquiao. So last night, you see the 10th and 11th, and you think, oh my gosh, Lomachenko may knock this dude out. Those were the most decisive rounds of the entire fight. And seemingly the close competitive rounds, a great majority of them went to Devin Haney. I think that's why everyone is crying about this today. Your thoughts on maybe what Lomachenko could have done differently, sir?
The 12th round, just put the pedal to the metal. But Joe, it goes, he did as best as he can for his age, okay?
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a declining fighter, not shot, but his skills, his physical attributes are declining. You know what I mean? He can't operate as efficiently like when he was in his prime. Now he's still damn good, but you could see the difference when he was in his prime till now. You know, he's got a lot of miles on his engine, a lot of high hard miles on his engine, and you can see it's taking its toll. Okay, his engine is not running smoothly and efficiently like when it had low miles. So, he did the best he could, under the circumstances. But a lot of, then you talk about Devin Haney and that fake ass weighing. The motherfucker's not really 135 pounder. On paper, he's a paper 135 pound champion. But, take away that fake ass weighing they did at 9 a.m. to accommodate him so he could rehydrate and get his strength back from killing himself to making weight and giving himself 36, 38 hours to recuperate, okay? That's bullshit. Back in the days, Joe, when I got into this business, same day weigh-ins. You weighed in the morning around 10, 11, and you know what I mean? Then you fought later on in the evening, okay? You made weight and you had to fight, the same day. But because of safety concerns and everything, the WBC started changing the rules. I think in the late 80s, 87, 88, and they started having 24-hour weigh-ins, you know what I mean? Before weigh-ins. And when they started those weigh-ins, I vividly remember, man, 6, 7 o'clock at night, the weigh-ins would occur. Okay, that's 24 hours. Now, over the years, these motherfuckers started, breaking those rules and having it at 4 o'clock, at 2 o'clock. Now they have it at 1 o'clock. Now they have it at fucking 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock. But, for Haney, they made a special exception again. Okay, we want him, to make sure he's not weak and he's fully rehydrated and recuperated from himself killing weight. So we'll have it early in the morning at 9 so he can have those extra 12 hours to recover. Instead of the 24, now he's getting 36 to 38. That's a bunch of bullshit. Now, guess what? He looked pretty fucking big in that ring, man, and strong. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, you think he would have? My question is, if they would apply the rules like they should have, you think he would have been performing with that high efficiency like he did last night? Oh, hell no. He would have faded by the 6th round and got knocked out. Okay,
like
Joe.
Like he did against Leonidas.
Well, he didn't get knocked out.
He did get knocked out, but yeah, he was forced to tie up for the final 2 rounds and didn't even fight.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, but the thing is, you think he would have fought effectively? If they had like real weigh-in, okay, not this phony bullshit. That to me is he's circumvented the rules to benefit him. Okay, that's to me he's not a real champion. That to me he's an artificial lightweight champion. Okay, you don't do shit like that, man. Okay, you Lomachenko wouldn't have a problem doing that because he'll make it next day. He'll be fully recovered 24 hours. But Haney couldn't do it, so they circumvent the rules. And guess what? You got a fucking guy that when he gets in the ring, he's damn near 155, 158 pounds. Compared to Lomachenko, he's probably 43, 44. Okay, he's able to fight off a smaller guy, push him off. You know what I mean? When he turns on that pressure, he's got that physical girth and that weight behind him to handle it. You know what I mean, Joe? That's what people don't talk about, man. They, fuck all that shit. It's the phony. I don't respect it. I don't respect him as a champion because of the way they accommodated that motherfucker. Now you look through the history of boxing, they never done that before. When you told me that, Joe, the last time, I can't remember what fight, the Linares fight or whatever, or Jojo Diaz fight.
Yep.
I was shocked. I was like, what? They did that for him? Yeah, I never in the history of boxing, the long lineage of boxing, they done something like that. But anyway, Joe, that's my opinion.
Well,
and I'm right.
You know what? And you are right, and that's a valid opinion. It defeats the purpose of having weight divisions. Now, once again, you may not like it, Gogue, but you better learn to love it if you want to be in this business, because now every single weigh-in is a ceremonial weigh-in with the actual weigh-ins. Now, this is not just Nevada now, and this is not just Devin Haney now. This is California, Nevada, Texas, New York. They followed the lead of Nevada, and for the safety of the fighters, all actual weigh-ins are going to take place at 9 a.m. in the morning, with the weigh-in ceremony taking place on the network in the evening.
So basically, everybody's going to get a chance to do that and get 40 hours to recuperate. That's not right. Someone's going to get hurt because someone's going to come in way bigger than someone's going to rehydrate because of their because of their natural size, they're going to balloon up and be, they're going to have a 10, 12-pound advantage over their opponent, man. That's bullshit.
Yep. And look, maybe that's why Junto Nakatani is able to make 115 pounds. Just ask Andrew Maloney how he's feeling this evening.
Yeah, did they do it for him too, Joe?
Yes, they did, but he's a natural 15-pounder. Junto Nakatani? Boy,
Yeah.
that guy makes Nonito Donaire look like a midget.
Oh, he's fucking huge, but I didn't know they did it for I thought that they just did it for the main. The other people, they did it.
Now they're doing it now, and once again, this started with Haney. Now they are elected to do this on every major fight card.
My question is, starts at 9, then they have the weigh-in. I mean, that ceremony weigh-in, that bullshit weigh-in of 1 o'clock. Then, huh?
No, they had it at 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday on TV.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that, man. I thought it was in the...
Nope.
Okay. The way they have the official weigh-in at 7 p.m.
They had the weigh-in ceremony at 7 p.m. and the official weigh-in at 9 a.m. that morning, giving them the entire day, almost 12 hours, to rehydrate.
10 out. Yeah, 10. Oh, Jesus. So he can eat a good meal and eat another lunch and eat something before he goes.
Well, that would explain why Devin Haney elected to push him. I guarantee if he was weakened by trying to make weight right then and there, he wouldn't have pushed Lomachenko.
Oh, he wouldn't have had no strength.
Nope.
Yeah, he wanted to show him how strong he is. But between me and Joe, I could tell I could tell they were already hydrated for that second weigh-in in the evening. Just look at their body. Yeah, they weren't cut up. They weren't cut up, or their face wasn't sunken in. Their cheeks wasn't sunken in. They were all filled out, man. Fucking joke. What the fucking joke boxing has become, man. How can I respect the sport when there's no, you know what I mean? When they pull shit like this, when they circumvent the rules, how can I respect a champion like Haney when he circumvents the rules like that, man? You know what I mean? That's not authentic. He would, one day they're going to be talking, how would Haney fare against the champions, Alexis Arguello, Edwin Rosario? He would get knocked out, because if he had to do it the weigh-in rules like they had to do it, same day wins, he wouldn't be fighting at 35. He'd be fighting at 47 or 54. All right, so there ain't no, you know what I mean?
Yep,
that's right. What they're going to be talking about, Joe. That's what they're going to be talking about 10 years from now. Devin Haney against Alexis Arguello. I mean, come on, man. They went under two different set of rules. You know,
they did, and you cannot. Anyway, you have to recognize that. Okay, when diehard fans are having these mythical discussions, you're gonna have to mention that. You have to. You cannot be obtuse to the facts surrounding these events. And you're absolutely right, Coach. It waters down the magnitude of the event. Yeah.
To me, Joe. To me, it was a fucking, he's a phony champion. He ain't no real authentic champion, because the way they circumventing the rules. Now, his performance, he did great, of course. Shit, he was bigger and stronger than the other guy, and he was able to execute his game plan, okay? But if he had to suffer like all the champions in the past and fought on the same day he got weighed in, forget about it. Or even 24 hours, forget about it. He would get knocked out by all those greats.
It's impossible to ignore or overlook that very, very big intangible. And with the emphasis on big. Now, once again, Coach, let's take a little break. Let's say hi to several of our very dear friends in the chat, and let's read some of their commentary from last night's fight. Our brother Pranay, the first one in the queue, he says, Coach, it seems 7-5 fights automatically mean the fight can go either way. Wrong. 7-5 fights can be close with a clear winner. Loma was that. My heart breaks for Lomachenko.
Yeah.
The first time I watched the fight when I got home last night, right? I bought it and recorded it. As soon as I got home, I turned it on. I couldn't wait. I did not see the results. I waited till I got home, and the first time I watched the fight live, the replay, right? For the first time, I thought, wow, this fight can go either way. This is a great fight. It's a lot more action-filled than I had anticipated. Not a lot of clinching. Harvey Dock did a great job. So did Vasil Lomachenko. Every single time Devin Haney went for the clinch, well, he threw him around.
Yeah.
Completely dissuaded him from trying it again. There weren't a lot of clinches, a ton of action from the round one on. And I thought, wow, you know, this is a great fight. This is an instant classic. It almost reminded me, Coach, of a real high-level, elite-level chess match like Joe Calzaghe versus Mikhail Kessler.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And it was brilliant stuff, and I loved it. And I scored it the first time I watched it because of the 12th round, just like two of the judges at ringside, 7-5 in favor of Devin Haney. The second time I said, you know what, but that there were like 2 or 3 rounds that could have gone either way, so that easily could have gone in favor of Lomachenko. The second time I watched it this morning when I woke up, it was a much easier fight to call. And I had time to digest and understand more what I was looking at. And I had it in favor of Devin Haney, 7-5 clearly.
Yeah.
So once again, I understand that it's a very subjective matter. Win, score in a prize fight, and it's not a perfect system. Now, once again, there are times where you can have a guy in a 10-round fight, and it can be a really competitive fight, but it can still be a shutout, 10 rounds to zip. And that was the case, go look it up, with Edwin Rodriguez versus Will Rosinski on Showbox about 10 years ago. In which Will Rosinski's corner was up in arms. They couldn't believe it. They thought we were completely robbed. But when you go back and look at the fight, you can make a case, albeit a very thin margin, of Edwin Rodriguez indeed winning every round. Guys, it's not a perfect system. And once again, the 10th round, this is why I say it could have easily been scored a 10-8 round in favor of Lomachenko. And I'll explain for guys who really don't understand how to score fights and think they do. Now, once again, what you really don't want to do is to have a dominant round. It's not fair to the fighter who had the dominant round. If you have a one-sided dominant round like round 10 was, and then score it 10-9, like the opening round, well, that doesn't really account for all the work that he did.
Yeah.
So you can make an argument for scoring at 10-8. That's why I stated it wouldn't surprise me if the judges scored at 10-8, which none of them did. But it's not what my point is, guys. It's not a perfect system. Not only being objective, but it doesn't differentiate unless you score a knockdown. You don't differentiate from the dominant rounds to the thin margin winning rounds. They're still scored the same 10-9. That's the problem when everyone looks at this fight and they cry robbery. Because the scoring system in boxing is imperfect. Not only being objective, but it doesn't take into consideration a lot of the work done overwhelmingly in favor of one fighter over another. And that's always been a flaw in the scoring system ever since they went to the 10-9 round system, the 10-point must system, right? So I hope that helps, guys. Coach Gogue, do you have anything to add to that?
Like you said, on a score on an individual basis, okay? You got to score round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4 on an individual basis. Then you add at the end of the fight and everything, okay? It's not, you take the first 4 rounds and you score it, and the next 6 rounds you score it. Nah. Just individually, like you said, you can have a very, very tough, close fight. And like you said, the guy could win 10-9 every single round. And on the scorecards at the end of the night, 99-90 or 190. And
that's right. That doesn't mean it's not a close competitive fight.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean the guy one guy was dominating the whole fight. It just means he was winning every round, but it was close. You know what I mean?
That's what most fans fail to understand. That's why I can't stand it when people cry robbery, especially after witnessing a great, great fight. Okay, once again, if you think it's a more insightful or intelligent way of screaming robbery after you just witnessed something great, then you know what? Quite the contrary. It means you really don't understand what the hell you're looking at or how to score a fight. And that's what really pisses me off. You got a great one last night, guys. And anyway, because all I've been hearing is how Lomachenko was robbed. That's all I've been hearing.
I expected that. Now with social media, expect something like that, man. You know what I mean? You know what, Joe? Back in the days, I thought it was harder for fighters to win them tough fights because the fighter was so much better. But nowadays, fighters, because of social media, they're under the microscope 24/7. Okay, and they get criticized a lot. And you know, if you're a fighter and you pay attention to all that, you know, it causes a lot of, what do you call it, emotional damage. So, you know, best thing to do is not pay attention to all that crap on social media. And, you know, I know you start an Instagram account, Twitter account to build up your fan base, your followers, and all that, and you know, possibly monetize your accounts. But it's best, you know, just you know, what do you call it? The post it. Don't get into the interactions, read all the comments, because
well, it wasn't just social
media. Your mental state it'll drive you nuts. But anyway,
well, you know what? It does drive me nuts. And once again, when you're a part of this industry, yeah, there's a lot that does drive you nuts. And it's like, fans, you got a great one last night. Okay, you should regard. Someone has to win, someone has to lose most of the time, unless it's a draw. Okay, it could have gone either way. It was a great fight, guys. Yeah. It was a great fight. And we'll go into a little bit later on why you will not see a rematch, even though it's merited. You will not see one. And we'll go into that a little bit later. Let's move on, though, and still greet several of our extended family members in Warwick Radio. Pranay also says this, Coach. He says, furthermore, what will get lost is an all-time great performance from an all-time great at 135 pounds, well, also at 30 and 26. I don't know if he can summon another one again. You know what? During that post-fight press conference, seeing him cry in the locker room, obviously emotional about it, yeah, my heart really went out to Vasyl Lomachenko. But once again, after hearing his claim that he took round 12 off and was safety first, he's got no one else to blame but himself. But still, that shouldn't detract from a gallant effort from a future Hall of Famer and an all-time great. I thought at 35, Coach, have you ever seen that kind of performance from a 35-year-old lightweight?
I can't recall. Put on a hell of a performance, that Lomachenko, even though, you know, I don't think he's still, you know what I mean? He still had the, what do you call it? The competitive spirit, the mental toughness, you know, the mental intestinal fortitude. You know what I mean? He was a resilient competitor all night, man. Yeah. And yeah, he did his best, Joe, man. You can't complain. He did his best. A lot of people won. I thought he won, and you heard it in the audience, man. There was a lot of booing and everything. Then you go on social media. Oh my God.
I tell you what, man.
It went viral. You know what I mean? That he got robbed. But anyway, this fight deserved a rematch. But Haney, you know, he calls the shots, and let's see how.
Well, no, you know why there won't be a rematch. We'll go into that a little bit later. But we're running behind. We still have a lot of comments to go over. And first of all, we want to recognize my brother Marcus for the big $4.99 super chat for Coach Gogue. Thank you so much for supporting the coach on this fine Sunday evening. He says, alluding that the rules were changed for Haney is wild. Prisoner of the moment dialogue. Before the fight, people assumed Devin would be the same one, or would be the one robbed. I don't know who you're talking to, brother, but Gogue? Oh, I guess he's off. He's going to come back on, guys. We'll get him back on. But thank you for the super chat, Marcus. But most people were thinking that it was going to be a one-sided affair in favor of Devin Haney. Lomachenko was too old. He gets started too late. Yada, yada, yada. And I think that's one of the primary reasons why a lot of people are screaming robbery. Because the old man of the division, boy, he put forth a brilliant effort. And he did a lot better than most people expected. And the fight was a lot closer than most people anticipated. I think that's a large part in why people think Lomachenko got robbed. So I don't know. I wasn't hearing anything about Devin Haney getting robbed. The only ones I was hearing that from maybe are ones who are rooting for Devin Haney.
I'm back, Joe.
But on this show, we don't have that problem. Okay, that's why we're able to call it down the middle fairly, because we don't have a dog in the hunt. Gogue, do you care about either fighter in this scenario?
Sorry about I got bad internet where I'm at, but
that's all right. That's all right, brother. You good?
Yeah.
You're
what
back?
were you saying?
So I was saying that. Well, look at our super chat, and it's our brother Marcus. Thank you so much for supporting the coach. He says, alluding that the rules were changed for Haney is wild. In other words, saying, boy, that's outlandish of you, coach. Prisoner of the moment dialogue. Before the fight, people assumed Devin would be the one robbed. I didn't hear any of that. In fact, I was saying most people thought it would be heavily in Haney's favor because of the size and because of the way he was able to rehydrate for 36 hours?
Yeah.
Did you hear anyone talking about, Haney's going to get robbed against Lomachenko?
No, not at all. But anyway, Marcus,
go ahead,
Marcus, it does make a difference when they circumvent the rules like that for Haney, because if they had to do it the regular way, he wouldn't have been as effective last night. In fact, I think he would have faded after the 6th round. You would have seen him start fading, and once he would have got hit, he would have went down. Yep. I've seen it so many times, Joe. When a fighter doesn't have enough, back in the days when they didn't rehydrate, when they didn't have enough time to rehydrate properly, and it affected their performance the next day, and they got knocked out. I give you an example: the great Richie Sandoval. When he fought Gabby Canizales, when he lost his title, I bet in the 80s, I think it was in the 80s, when Richie was champion, he fought Gabby Canizales, and he had a hard time making 118. So, he made 118, I think it was 24-hour weigh-in, but he didn't, the next day he was dead. He had nothing. He was listless. He didn't have enough time to recover, and he got knocked out real bad, and that was his last fight, and he almost died. They sent him to the hospital and everything after that fight. So, you know what I mean, Joe? But when you have enough time to recover, hydrate, and recuperate, especially when you're like Haney, you know what he does to help him recover quicker? You know what he does, Joe?
IV drips, brother.
What's that?
IV drips.
Yeah, exactly. He takes an IV, okay, to pump that fluid into his body and everything, along with the all the other all the energy drinks, Pedialyte, bananas, and all the other stuff, pasta. But that IV, boy, that really pumps you up. But anyway,
Look. Like, I'm a broken old man, right? I went to the hospital. Last time I went to the hospital, they put an IV in me. Man, I felt like a champ, man, within an hour.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean, Joe?
So exactly. But thank you once again for the super chat and supporting Coach Gogue on this beautiful evening. And we appreciate your opinion, brother. It's wrong, but we appreciate your opinion, brother.
What did he say, Joe? I can't read his comments.
Do you really need to read me to read this again? I will.
No, go ahead.
He said, wow, alluding that the rules were changed for Haney is wild. Prisoner of the moment dialogue. Yeah.
Hey, look, his dad negotiated all this stuff, okay? They just didn't, all of a sudden change the rules. What do you call it? I mean, the Nevada Athletic Commission just didn't all of a sudden change the rules. It was negotiated by his dad because of the stuff we know we're not going to talk about, Joe.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, guys, but if you must know, the first fight in which they allowed this to happen was Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz. I know this for a fact. And you can't ignore that, brother. And once again, be in the business if you want to know the truth, my friend. Thank you, Marcus. Once again, let's we've got so many comments here, man.
All right, good.
I'll try to get to as many of them, guys. Coach Gogue, can you stay on for a little longer than usual tonight?
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Thank you, sir. We want to welcome our brother Antonio Luna from Long Beach, California. Thank you for supporting the coach. He said Devin Haney's a paper champion, brother. Yep.
I seem to think that.
Yeah, that's what you agree with Coach Gogue. Tyco TV, thank you so much for being here and supporting the coach, my friend. I also saw you have a lot of comments in the chat. We're going to address them individually. Also, big shout out to my brother G Funky Boxing. Guys, if you haven't already,
what up?
Go check out G Funky's channel and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for being here for the coach always, my friend. We really appreciate it. Also want to give a big shout out to Khalid. Salute, brother. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for being here for the coach. He goes, is there music in the background? Yes, sir. There is. Salute to you, my friend. And our brother Knott says, Lomachenko won. Never expected him to get a fair decision. This is Vegas. This is boxing. Yeah. This is Top Rank. I will say this. At the very end of the press conference, before they shut off the mics, go listen to it after Lomachenko's side of the press conference, right? You can hear Bob Arum before they shut off the mic say, boy, it's a disgrace. So I don't know if you want to quote Top Rank. They have nothing to do with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, guys, right? Our brother John McSmith, and I hope you understood me explaining the scoring process, John, was just for you, because you obviously still don't know how to score a fight. He says, howdy, Joe, and salute the living legend, Coach James Gogue. Thank you for being here for the coach, sir.
What up?
And I hope you learned something in my brief rant about scoring. Want to welcome LLOHS. Hello to you, sir. Let's move to Khalid. He said, Devin Haney wasn't very effective with the pressure after the second round. He was stuck between pressure and counterpunch. Lomas had mental pressure on him. Well,
yeah. I
will say this. I thought it was a very dubious strategy initially. Because I'm like, well, once again, it usually takes Lomachenko a little while, several rounds, to find that range, close the distance effectively. And he didn't have to go looking for Devin Haney this time. He was able to fight in the pocket within the first minute of the first round. I was like, wow, Devin Haney, that's very sporting of you. Giving Lomachenko the only chance he has to win the fight, fighting him in the pocket and being the aggressor. Well, it ended up working out for him, though, and it was his best performance to date. John McSmith, ultra effective. Come on. Yeah, the body punches. Yeah. Tyco TV says, that was a close fight. I had it 7-5 Loma. And that would be understandable if you did, because there were several close competitive rounds that could have gone either way. Sam Rando, thank you for supporting the coach, brother. He says, Devin was exposed. And John McSmith, no way that was close to being a 10-8th round in the 10th. Gee whiz, Joe. Well, hopefully you understand now why it should have been. Right? Yeah. Want to give a shout out to my brother James for the Boxing Source. Hey there, Joe. What's up, Coach Gogue? Guys, please go subscribe to James from the Boxing Source. Coco the Bulldog, I was robbed yesterday. Let's try Now, look, you're going to have to write in English for me to be able to respond correctly. Listen to this, Coach. Joseph capping for a crip, huge robbery. Y'all ends drunk. Oh, dude, next time put it in English, brother, please. Out of courtesy. Thank you. Thank you for being here for the coach, even though you're a hater. Thank you. Yo, Bread, welcome to the show, sir. He goes, how are you going to take the last round off, Coach?
Yeah.
That's like Jordan passing the last game winner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Once again, we get a lot of, now listen to this idiot. Facts, Tycho. Joseph, a paid-off industry shill. Oh, geez. Brother, what I want to know is how the hell would you know the difference?
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. So I'm getting the haters tonight, brother. Not you, Gogue. Chingao. Coco the Bulldog says, run it back. Guys, I'm going to take this opportunity, and Coach Gogue will as well, to let you guys know why there will not be a rematch. Once again, when considering the purse and the hefty payday for guarantee for Devin Haney, $5 million. The total purse was over $7 million. Coach Gogue, with a pay-per-view that probably didn't crack 100,000 purchases, what are the chances of ESPN and Top Rank greenlighting a rematch, even though, boy, there is a huge demand for a rematch at this time? What are the chances of that, Coach?
Slim. If they lost money like I think they did, I'm pretty sure they ain't going to take that risk again. Aram's, I've seen Aram's a gambler, though, I've seen him. Yeah, but the thing is, that was Haney's last fight, and he calls the cards, he calls the shots, and he's going to probably want more money, and, Aram's going to say, the hell with it. I'm not going to, risk, my money so they can make money and I lose money, man.
Yeah, from a guy who couldn't sell out my living room on a Saturday night. Guys, Devin Haney, in no universe is he a ticket seller. For some strange reason, everyone seems to hate this guy.
Hey, but Joe, man, it's so obvious, man. The he's an entitled. He could fight, man. I ain't questioning. You got Billy, but he's been entitled. Okay, he's never had to really earn nothing. Okay, like I said, but the way they did that weighing for him to fight Lomachenko. Come on, man, that's not earning a feather in his cap. When they had to give him that extra 12, 14 hours to recuperate, to rehydrate, and to put 4 or 5 IVs in him. Shit, fuck out of here. But anyway, Joe, me, I don't respect him. I've been in boxing too long, man. I've been in the business since the 80s, and I just remember when champions did it authentically, when they won a belt authentically, by the rules. Never was rules circumvented and shit like this, and all this bullshit else that goes on in the fight game nowadays, man. Yep, but anyway,
that's it. And we want to welcome my brother Tony Boswell to the coach. He goes, facts, Coach. Same day weigh-ins. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach knows what he's talking about. Once again, John, it almost seems like you're being the contrarian just to try and be negative. CompuBox has Loma outlanding the youngster. That doesn't take into consideration the effectiveness or consequence of the work. Brother, are you not listening to anything that we say? So why are you here? You can get the fuck out of here, man, if you don't want to listen and learn something about boxing.
No, the thing is, Joe, like I said, it's scored round by round, okay? The fights are scored round by round. Lomachenko might have threw a lot of punches, but, round by round, did he land more effective punches than Haney each round? Like I said, it's so subjective, Joe. Scoring, it's always going to be controversy. Ever since I've been in boxing, it's always been like that shit, man. So
So once again, the subjective part of the scoring is not the clean. Well, yeah, that is too. Clean, effective, and consequential punching. That's like a beauty contest. Who's more beautiful? right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and in the immortal words of George Foreman, he once said, "Well, at the end of the day, if you don't score a big knockout, it's just a beauty contest between two contestants. That's it."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's right on the money, guys.
The prom queen. Who wins the prom queen? The judges and the prom queen.
That's it, guys. That's it. It's so, like I said, it's not a perfected system scoring. It's very flawed, right? And that's it, guys. Question. Joe, please ask the coach, what and when do fighters eat during the 24 hours before the opening bell? He just told you if you were listening. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, shit. You carb the hell up. A lot of pasta. Okay, baked chicken, baked salmon, bananas, fruits, anything with high carbs, baby. In the morning, the breakfast before, the breakfast, the day of the win, pancakes, everything carbs, man. Yeah. Stay away from, you don't eat junk food or hamburgers or shit like that. Everything, I call them high performance fuel. Okay. Yeah. Everybody's different and everything. But that's what you do. You fill those muscles with glycogen. Okay, that's the fuel that's in your muscles. That's what's gonna power you the whole 12 rounds and everything. But nowadays,
hey,
nowadays,
go ahead, sir.
Nowadays, you could get an IV, a multivitamin IV right after the weigh-in, and that's gonna recharge you real quick. Okay, that's gonna give you extra energy.
Makes you feel like a champ, guys. Does the body good. And Marcus, thank you, brother, for acknowledging this. He goes, here's for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, brother, for supporting the coach once again. He says, fair enough, coach. I'll trust your insider 100%. As you should. Coach Gogue understands the reality of this game. He's been in this business and been working with fighters since the 80s, guys. 5 decades.
Yeah, man. I fucking pretty much. Yeah.
He's devoted his life to the boxing industry, guys. He's a lifer.
Yeah.
And you can always sniff out who aren't the lifers in this business, can't you?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Toby Bartlett, welcome to the show. Salute Joe, Coach, and the chat. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
What up?
Lance Meyer, he goes, LOL, Peckerwoods can't score that fight for Lomachenko. Not a chance. Guys, go back and watch it again. And it's very clear Haney won 7 rounds. And because Lomachenko took the 12th round off, he's got no one to blame but himself.
Yep. When after that 12th round, I said to myself, he didn't win this fight. I'm thinking like the Vegas judges, Joe. I had him 115, 113. Yeah.
And when go ahead, sir.
Joe, because when I fight in Vegas, I think like that, man. Okay, hey, man. We need to, going in, especially the championship rounds, man. If I know a fight's close, hey, man, don't leave it up to the judges. Whenever close the show, finish strong, round by round.
Yep, that's it, guys. And once again, Coach understands the subjective nature of scoring. Okay, he's not looking at these fights. Like, once again, you love boxing, but you don't actually care who wins, really. You just want to see a great competitive fight for the good of the health of the sport. He doesn't think like a fan, guys. That's why his analysis is always spot on. I'm sorry, as you were, Gogue.
It was a great competitive fight, man. Haney surprised me, by his physicality, his assertiveness, his body punching, staying off the ropes, staying out of the corners, not being a stationary target for a long time, pivoting around Lomachenko, taking away his angles, stuff like that. Yeah, they were prepared for this guy. They did a good job preparing, and thank his dad for making sure they had that a bullshit weighing at 6 a.m. No, 9 a.m. Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't have. At least they had a Harvey Dock as ref. And you have you have Tony Weeks to thank for that, basically.
Yeah.
For all of the controversy last week.
I think Vegas is getting fed up with their bullshit refs, and they're importing a lot of guys in, like Harvey Docks from New York.
Yep, that's it. I mean? That's it. Once again,
they need to give my boy Mark Kaloy a chance from Texas and John Shorty. You know what I mean?
He's one of the best refs in boxing now. I will say this, guys, understand this about the business. No one in any state athletic commission wants to be affiliated with any controversy.
Oh, no.
They hate it. They want to avoid it at all costs. They understand it's bad for the health of the sport and bad for business. So understand this, Nevada, if they have refs that blow calls on a consistent basis, they will fail to get this assignment any further. That's the reality of the business, guys. Understand that. Our brother Pranay says, Coach, I've been listening to you for almost 12 years. Since the old East Side Boxing. And I've learned so much about inside fighting. How is it I have more inside game than Haney?
Because you learned from me. That's why, okay?
Yeah. That's it, guys. Coach is one of the last of the Mohicans in teaching the fine art of fighting on the inside.
Look, I see Haney all the time on the videos he makes, with that guy holding the pads and that body shield, that body protector, and he's hitting them, working on body punches on the inside and working on inside fighting. But when he gets into a fight, he don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's it. Guys, you, like, I almost laugh when I see most guys do mitt work now these days. Shit. Anyway, guys, that's another show entirely. But thank you for the comment, Pranay. We'll try to get to all of them, guys. Want to welcome our brother HLD. Thank you for joining us, sir. He says, so the judges got it right. Well, two of them did. Dave Moretti's was disgraceful. Yeah. If you actually watch the same fight, how on earth do you score 5 of the last 6 rounds for Devin Haney? But I will say this, all 3 judges got the 12th round correct in giving them to Devin Haney, which was the difference in the fight.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Here it is, Coach. Expound on this a little bit more. It says LLOHS says, yep, Lomachenko is starting to slip, in my opinion. Never leave it up to the judges. Always go for the kill. He couldn't really hurt Haney. Just an opinion, guys. James, from your checklist that you so eloquently gave us after the Canelo fight, would you say Vasyl Lomachenko is slipping?
Oh, I already said that earlier in the show, Joe. Yeah, I mean, he's not. He's on the decline. He can't pull the trigger like he used to. He can't pull the trigger like he used to do. He can't close the show like he used to do. He can't hurt his opponents like he used to do in the past and everything. And he's Joe, I can tell when somebody's slipping, man. He's like a half step behind, he's a half step behind than when he fought Komei or that Japanese guy, Takani, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Nakatani.
Yeah. Nakatani, yeah.
Yeah, well, guys, and once again, go back just to know, just to understand and know what Coach is saying is reality. Go back and look at the Gary Russell fight. Go back and look at the Nicholas Walters fight. That's a very different Lomachenko, right? Yeah. And there it is. Khalid also says, I think this fight is the perfect example of a draw, to be honest. Well, it would have been if Lomachenko had gone out and taken care of business in the 12th.
Yeah.
HLD says, don't tell me we're defending this BS decision. Go look at the fight again, my friend. Chingao, dude.
Controversy, baby. Hey, Joe, what were the pay-per-view numbers? You don't know yet?
Not going to find out. I'll call tomorrow because it was instantaneous. From what I understand, it was only offered on ESPN Plus. Now, once again, you don't reach as big of an audience, but you get 100% of the proceeds divided between the network, the promoter, and the fighters, right? Because you got that huge guarantee, both fighters, they're not going to see shit, and more than likely, Top Rank and ESPN failed to break even.
Wow.
G Funky says, I can't say robbery, but I think the wrong guy won the close fight. And you know, there are two, I saw 2 or 3, I counted, even rounds that could have gone easily either way.
Hey, Joe, since we've been doing this show, that's when there's close fights, every single time there's robbery. And we've been doing it, I don't know, 12 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed, baby. It's always going to be 5 years from now, a great fight, a close fight, robbery.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yep.
Canelo versus Golovkin, the first fight, robbery. The second fight, robbery. Oh, come on. Fuck out of here, man. Crooked.
And there it is. And so Antonio says, explain Moretti's scorecard. You can't.
I can't.
You can't. You cannot. If you watch the same fight, there is no explanation for Moretti except that he doesn't need one of these assignments again for a while until he can prove that he can do a competent judge. So it's off to the club scene you are, brother. That's what they do, guys. If you must know, if you put in a bogus scorecard or a shitty scorecard for a major event, it's like sending back down a ball player to the minors. They will put your ass at the club level again.
Where is he from, Moretti? New York?
David Moretti, I think he's from Las Vegas.
Oh, he's from Las Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, from Nevada. Yep.
Well, if he's connected, they'll bury him on the shelf for a couple months. Then they'll what do you call it? Promote him back up to the majors. You know what I mean?
If he's competent. Once again, it's happened before. But I'll tell you what, I haven't seen CJ Ross or Adelaide Bird judge any main event or a big time event in a long time.
CJ Ross retired, and so did Adelaide Bird, I think, if I recall.
I'm sure it was by recommendation of the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Yeah.
Because no one gives up that job unless they can't do it any longer. That's a gravy job, brother.
Yeah, CJ Ross and Adelaide Bird. Yeah, I can see. What do you call it? Yeah, I can see them.
They were very flawed judges, and they had tendencies, bad habits. HLD says this: Crawford, Prograis, Linares, Ugas, Nonito, Oscar De La Hoya, Shakur Stevenson, all champions, all pick Haney to win, and they all had Loma winning 8-4, 7-5, but they don't know how to score a fight either. Brother, it's subjective. And once again, I stated in the outset of the show, possibly one reason for that is they all overwhelmingly, think about this for a second, before it just comes out of your mouth or on your keyboard. Think about this, what you just said. They all picked Haney to win and not by a close margin. Okay, now I'm sure they were shocked that Lomachenko put forth the gallant competitive effort that he did. Do you think that might have swayed their opinion during the fight or after the fight? Think about that for a second, brother. Jeez, crime in Italy, man. Let's move on, guys. There are a ton of people who truly believe that this was a robbery or the wrong man won. And you know what? That's well within your right. It doesn't change the damn scorecard. Funkrity says, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for supporting the coach. Says, too bad you can't prove that IV drip because that's illegal in Nevada. Yep. It requires a medical exemption. And you have to set that up with the proper paperwork before the weigh-ins even occur. Right?
Well, Joe, I don't think they enforce it. You can still do it, but I don't know how they enforce it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, guys, it's a not so big of a secret within the business, but everyone does it, guys. Everyone does it. Funker G says, "Hey, Joan Coach, haven't slept since that fight. Lost money. I thought Loma was going to do it." Well, you should have listened to the coach in his preview then, brother. But I'll tell you what a great fight we all witnessed, guys. And that should be the biggest headline from all you guys. That should be your primary sentiment. What a great fight you were able to witness.
Yeah, it was.
Our brother Kamikaze, thank you for joining us, sir. Says, "Salute Joseph and Coach Gogue. I'll have to play back the stream. Just tuned in." Well, you're going to get a mouthful, brother. Let me see. Oh, listen to this. "I take offense to that because I most certainly do know how to." No, you don't. No, you don't if you think CompuBox means anything. Okay? Once again, go back and listen to the show and listen to something that we said, right? Chingao, dude. Oh, and look, my honey, Margie Garcia. Thank you, honey, for listening to the show. That's my lovely, beautiful woman. God bless you, baby. Oh, listen to this. Khalid says, "I remember seeing a video with Haney doing IV rehydration. I don't think it's illegal." Yeah, it is. It requires special medical exemption. Our brother Rodney Evans. "What's good, Joe? Coach, what are your thoughts on Haney? On some female shit, can talk all type shit on social media, but don't have anything to say when Shakur Stevenson calls him out in his face post-fight."
Yeah.
Coach, let's go to you, right? How do you think a fight at 135, and once again, this is if Haney still, now once again, it's the most money he can make in boxing right now, him having all the titles, because understand this, without the titles at 140, he ain't making shit. He has a lot to think about. So, Coach, how does a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney play out, sir?
Oh, Shakur.
Why is that, sir?
He's on another level. Haney's athletic, talented, sharp, got good reflexes and all that. Shakur, same thing, but on a higher level. And he's smarter, okay? And he's a southpaw, okay? So, yeah, Shakur is a special breed, man. I mean, he's a special talent. Haney's talented, but he ain't special. He ain't that special like Shakur. Shakur just has a good sense of knowing what to do the whole time in that damn ring, man.
Yep.
He knows what punches to throw at each moment in the fight. He knows how to set traps. He knows how to basically fuck with your mind, you know.
He knows how to discourage you. He's got that Floyd stuff, doesn't he, man?
Well, Floyd did it differently, but he has the ability to confuse you, frustrate you and everything with his footwork, stepping out of range just to make you miss, his ability to counter when you don't expect it, his ability to, his educated left hand, not his lead hand, his jab is good, but his left hand, straight left, the way he utilizes it, he mixes it up so beautifully to keep you, off balance, to keep you guessing, to keep you, thinking, to keep you out of rhythm. The way he uses his left hand, he'll throw it straight, he'll throw it up and down to the head, to the body, or, then he'll loop it around too. He has the ability to, to pot shot you just from the, just with the just with his left hand, a distance, just like a fighter who has the ability to control you at range with his jab. Well, Shakur has the ability to do it with his left hand, just staying at range. That left hand to the head, left hand to the straight left to the body. If he knows that you're starting to, make adjustments to take away that straight left to the head or body, he'll loop it over the top, around your guard. Just, like I said, he's just smart and intelligent, man. And he has a super computer in his head, okay, where he's able to decipher shit and make adjustments like real quick. like within tenths of a second and stuff like that, man. But he knows range and distance. He knows his range. He knows the distance he needs to hit you, and he knows the distance that you need to hit him, and he'll make adjustments accordingly with his footwork and everything. That's an innate God-given ability, man.
That's right.
That you can't teach and everything, man. So yeah, Shakur, he would beat Haney. I said that three or four other times on the show, and my opinion doesn't change,
brother.
Even with that fake ass weighing he does.
Brother, there's your answer. That's why Haney had nothing to say and didn't stick around when Shakur called him out in the center of the ring. There's your answer. So Planet 619, welcome to the show, sir. He says, so wait, what did Haney do versus Loma that he actually did initially versus JoJo in terms of the weigh-in, right? Yep, that's it. Okay, so this guy, Marcus, he doesn't earn it? Laugh my ass off. I'm done. Well, I tell you what.
Marcus, he fought a good fight, but they circumvented the rules for him, man. That doesn't make him, to me, in my eyes, a fucking legit champion where they circumvent the rules so he could get an early weigh-in so he could rehydrate quicker. You got to go by the fucking rules. The rules say 24-hour weigh-ins, okay, before you fight. So technically, they should have the weigh-ins at 6, 7 o'clock at night like they did, okay? Yep. Not 9 in the morning, so it gives them extra time to, To me, there's a big stain on it, man. It's not authentic like the fighters in the past, okay? Like when Alexis Arguello fought Mancini, okay, for the lightweight championship of the world. 15 rounds. They went same-day weigh-ins, okay? Yep. Come on, man. You guys got to understand, man, that the fighters in the past, they had it a lot tougher, man. The rules were a lot tougher back then, man. Not only did they go 15 rounds, they had to do same-day weigh-ins, okay? Like I said, now they go 12 rounds day before weigh-ins. Now they're changing the rules to make it, instead of 24, 36 to 38 hours. Now, it makes a difference, Marcus. I mean, come on now, man. I've been in this shit a long time. Now, did he earn that victory last night? Considering the fake weigh-ins? Yeah. I thought he won. I thought he pulled it off. Yeah. I thought he fought one of the best fights of his career against a guy that, against a guy that still has a little something left in his tank and everything. I thought he executed a great game plan. Surprising me with those body shots. I thought in my analysis last week, I said he would have to slow him down to deter him from putting that pressure on him, and body shots would do it. And them sweeping right hands to the body, every time he hit Lomachenko, I got his attention. Lomachenko wasn't, enthusiastic about putting that pressure on him. It put something in his head, that fear factor, okay? His jab was, of course, I thought that would be the key. His footwork was brilliant. Pivoted around him every time he got close. Took away his angles with those pivots. Stayed off the ropes consistently, stay out of the corners. So he wasn't a stationary target the whole time. He pivoted, yeah. He kept turning Lomo every time he got a chance in the circle. So he wouldn't be a stationary target, and Lomo would have to, turn with him and reset his feet and get back into rhythm. But yeah, otherwise, it was a high level chess match between both guys. They executed it at the highest level. It's a great fight, man. A lot of controversy.
But it's a damn shame we will never get to see a fair fight with 24-hour weigh-ins.
Exactly. That was my only beef, Marcus. Come on, man. Let's make boxing authentic again, man. Let's do. You guys claim you're a real lightweight champion? Then go by the rules. Don't circumvent the rules so you can get 12, 15 hours extra to recuperate. With IVs and all that shit. Come on, man. They didn't have that shit back in the old days. Okay.
Nope. And guys, if you think weight bullying is a problem now in boxing, just wait till everyone gets to do 9 a.m. weigh-ins.
Oh, fuck, yeah. With the IVs. I bet you they're going to allow Joe, I bet you they're going to allow IVs now, man, for the health and safety of the fight. Man, these motherfuckers are going to get hurt more, man, now, man.
Yep.
Shit. You're talking about guys fighting out of their weight class, their natural weight class. I mean, the contracted weight class, okay? They're going to be fighting more in their natural weight classes, which is 160 pounds and everything. Come on, man. That's why they have fucking weight classes, okay? To prevent this from happening. That's why middleweights don't fight lightweights or welterweights don't fight featherweights, okay? Anyway, that's my thoughts. Anyway.
That's why I stated, Coach, it defeats the purpose of having divisions.
Yeah, defeats the purpose of having divisions and everything and weigh-ins. Fuck.
Now, Coach Gogue, we spent all this time on the Haney factor, right? On the Haney intangible. Socrates says this. I thought Loma landed the most clean punches in the rounds. Well, he did for certainly 5, that's for sure. And was predominantly the ring general. He also said this. And Loma would get a straight left in twice as often as Haney's body shots. And Coach, wasn't that lead left a thing of beauty of Vasil Lomachenko?
The thing he made a mistake, Joe. He was headhunting with that lead left. On my breakdown last week. My breakdown last week stated he needed to throw that left hand to the body too. Mix it up like Shakur Stevenson does, up and down and up. So Haney doesn't expect it. Haney, you hit Haney with a good left hand. He's a smart guy. He'll make an adjustment and he'll do his best not to get hit with it. But if he would have mixed up his left hand to the body a lot more, it would have broke Haney down more, and it would have stepped that left hand to the head a lot better, and you know what I mean, and hurt him more. Yep. But anyway, that's the only thing Lomachenko didn't do. He did it one time, but it was like later in the fight. But he should have, right off the bat, he should have established that left hand straight to the body, like Tank Davis did against Ryan Garcia. Okay.
Yep.
It paid dividends. Later in the rounds when he knocked him out. But anyway.
Yep. And once again, guys, this isn't an amateur contest. Body shots are debilitating and they matter. And most importantly, they score.
The straight left hand to the body, Joe, man, like I said, it not only breaks you down, but it sets up that left hand to the head, but it gives Haney something to think about now, okay? And when you give Haney something to think about, that means he can't get into rhythm offensively because he's worried about that straight left hand of the body going. That's what I mean. When you give your opponent something to think about, he gets off his game plan offensively, okay? So, but anyway,
that's it, guys. Listen to the coach. Outlaw, welcome to the show, sir. He says, I had it 14-14. A draw. Well, a lot of people seem to have had it. Also, my brother Joseph Brown did. Salute, Joseph and Coach. Excuse me, guys. My voice is breaking up now. Hold on. Salute, Joseph and Coach. I had a draw. So many swing rounds. I'm good with it going either way. It was a good fight. Boxing fans need to stop crying robbery. Can't stand boxing fans sometimes. Here, brother. And once again, they don't realize... they don't realize what they do, brother. They think it's a more enlightened and intelligent way of viewing the sport. Quite the contrary.
Yeah.
It exposes their ignorance, brother. Jesus M also says this, Coach. It was a great fight in today's standards, but not a throwback.
Nah. It was a great fight, though. Yeah. It was good. To me, it was a good high-level chess match between both guys, making the adjustments on the fly, changing up their tactics on the fly, stuff like that and everything. Yeah, it was good.
Yep. And unfortunately for Haney, Lomachenko won in the eyes of the world. Brother, you guys could be and should be the real bosses in boxing. And yes, Lomachenko won a moral victory last night. As most people said he couldn't do it. Guess what? They were wrong. LLOHS says they sold it as a chess match. Cerebral on Haney's part looked nervous, a real nail biter for him. Boy, it sure was at the end. Boy, that was some real drama in the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Made for a great ending, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's keep going. Want to welcome our brother Tyrese Vui to the show. Well, thank you for supporting the coach, sir. Aaliyah Williams, Kia Williams, thank you for the show. Joining the coach. He says Haney won 7-5 in my opinion, fight of the year. You know what, brother? Because it was at such a high level, and it really performed well on the biggest stage of boxing, and it exceeded expectations of the matchup. I would say so far it's fight of the year as well. And yes, I agree. Haney won 7-5. See how Coach will get back on. Here he is. There he is. Can you hear me, Coach? Coach, can you hear me? I can't hear you, sir. Coach, go back out and come back in, sir. Well, I tell you what, I think that's as good a time as any, guys. And once again, I'll be on tomorrow to field all of your concerns, all of your questions and complaints in a Monday edition of Warwick Radio Chat. But we can't hear Coach right now, and I think his service has kind of gone out. He's in Mexico City preparing his fighters for battle this weekend, guys. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to all of the comments, but thank you guys for joining us. And once again, you're all invited back. Let's see if Gogue can make it. Can you hear me now, Coach Gogue?
Yeah, I can hear you, Joe. Sorry, the internet,
Perfect,
like I said,
brother. No, you're
breaking
good.
out.
You're good, man. You're good. So I think because my voice is starting to give out from last night, and I've had a rough weekend. So
yeah, let's call it a night. Yeah,
let's call it a night, brother. Once again, guys, great fight last night. Hope you guys all purchase it. Hope you guys support your beloved boxing instead of just complaining about it. I know most people on this channel probably did. And we are hats off to you. Thank you for supporting your beloved boxing. James, please tell us when your fighters are competing this weekend.
Oh, yeah, we got a show here with Mira Boxing, one of the upcoming boxing promotions in Mexico. We're fighting in Mexico City. High altitude over here, Joe. That's why I shifted camp here the last couple of weeks to get, acclimated to the higher altitude. It's like 7,300 feet. Man, it's hard to spar up here because of the higher altitude and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta I see a lot of sometimes when guys come to Mexico City, they come 3 days for the fight, and by second, third round, boy, they're panicking like, man, what's wrong? My body can't perform right. I can't breathe. Well, you're not acclimated to the high altitude. You should have got your ass here 6 weeks before. Okay. But we train in Guanajuato, Mexico, which is 6,000. Here it's around 7,300. So just to make sure, I got my guys here a week earlier. 3 weeks earlier, just to get acclimated to that, the altitude up here, which we are, and everything. So yeah, like I said, minor leagues of Mexico City. This is the price you pay. Before you get to the big leagues and everything, you know what I mean? You got to learn your craft against nothing better than the minor leagues of Mexico. Learning your craft against these tough, hungry, poor, determined, resilient Mexican fighters, man. That that have no quit in them. Okay, that never die attitude. So I got some tough fights this coming week. But I plan to dominate. Okay, that's my game plan. Dominate.
I tell you what, Coach, they couldn't ask for a more proficient and better hard-ass boxing coach.
Yeah,
our hats off to you, brother. And you know what, we love you, Coach, on the show. And once again, I will say this, and I always do. Let me leave you guys with this: there is no Warwick Radio without Coach Gogue's involvement. I wouldn't do the show any further. That's how much Coach Gogue's participation and his words mean to me. Like, honestly, he is the best in the business, guys.
Appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, and it's well deserved, my friend. You do a lot for a lot of fighters, brother, and you have since I've known you. And you're a credit to the business. And like I said, there is no show without you, my friend. So thank you for this extended period on Sunday evening. And I'm going to drink some tea right now, guys, because my voice is shot.
One last thing, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll be 61 come June 2nd. Thank God, I'm still healthy. I'm still healthy. I still feel young and vibrant. But to me, this is my golden years of my career in boxing. I remember when Don Chargan, when turn of the century, they were gonna pretty much retire or semi-retire and enjoy the golden years of their career. Then all of a sudden, Oscar De La Hoya came calling, and that changed everything. But to me, these are my golden years. Of my career, meaning my tolerance for bullshit is zero. Okay, all right. I'm gonna enjoy this to the best. These, as long as God gives me the strength and the energy, the life to help these poor kids that I'm helping, I'm gonna keep on doing it. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's what I enjoy. But my tolerance for bullshit is like zero. I'm not putting up with shit no more. But anyway.
Well, I tell you what, brother, you do a great job, and your fighters, I'm sure, are a lot more appreciative now than the ones that you took care of in the States.
Oh yeah, the fucking prima donna bitch ass motherfuckers, man.
LLOHS says happy birthday to the coach.
2 weeks, baby. A young 61, and thank God I still got the energy and the motivation and the health. Thank God, the health, which is most important to do this.
Yeah, we'll have to do a very special episode in 2 weeks, guys. And I hope you'll join us for that.
And Joe, to tell you the truth, that'll be my 35th year coaching. Yeah, starting my birthday. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I started 21. Yeah, my 35th year. Yeah.
And there it is, guys. There it is, spanning over 5 decades, 35 consecutive years.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. Jeez. Like I said, guys, he's devoted his life to this business. And so on this show, the word of James is the gospel truth. And like I said, go back and look at our episodes in past. He's got a track record of being right 99% of the time. That's it.
Shakur said Haney from now on gets no respect. Okay.
Yeah, that's because he just took off, and Shakur Stevenson got in the ring, called him out, and he didn't respond, didn't say anything. He took off to the locker room. Yeah. But guys, he was just in a fight.
Yeah, man. And Shakur, to Haney's credit, let him enjoy his victory. Fuck, why try to fucking, man, if a motherfucking fighter did that to my guy, hey, you'll have your turn. But right now, it's our turn to shine in the light. Okay, you'll get yours. You'll get your ass whooping one day. But right now, it's our turn.
Well, I will say this, Miss B, thank you for joining us late, and it's always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Please rewind and listen to the show in its entirety, or you can hear it on demand whenever you want. And we'll be on the air tomorrow night for Warwick Radio Chats, and I'll put the link down, and all of you guys can get yours. I promise you that. You can get yours from yours truly tomorrow night. And that's what I'll leave you guys with. But guys, on behalf of the 5-decade fight trainer, the incomparable James Gogue, I'm Joseph Heron with little voice left, and you're listening to Warwick Radio. Have a great week, everybody.
Showtime Pizza and FightSaga.com proudly present World Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer James Gogue.